What's up, YouTube? Rabbit Hammer back with another video. Just gonna basically run through my top 20 favorite Star Wars figures that I have in my possession. These won't be in any specific order, so I'll just go down through my favorites that I have here. So, get started. Alright, so starting with three of my favorites here that happen to be all in the same pack, which is cool. Bossk IG-88 and the Snow Trooper. So the Bounty Hunter figures there are just 10 out of 10 figures for me. The sculpt and the articulation and details, it's all there and amazing. Which is good because, you know, those characters are a lot of people's favorites, so I don't think we would have accepted anything less. And then I think the Snow Trooper is great representation of just your average Snow Trooper. I love all the detail. I like the soft goods, and it's a great trooper, I think. So that's three of them. Now we'll move on to my next favorite. Here is Malgus, and I'm sure that's no surprise for anybody. He's in a lot of people's favorite lists, and how could he not be? He's just a top-notch figure. Everything you'd want, you know, is there, including the packaging and the image there. And I'd like to get another one eventually to open up, but I'm happy with this, and just that's why it made it to my list of favorites. So move on to the next. And so next up is the Return of the Jedi Vintage Collection Stormtrooper. I think it's probably my favorite normal Stormtrooper figure. There's still a couple other versions I'd like to get, and a couple other versions I have, but this one probably being my favorite, so I added it to the list here. And I think the helmet sculpt is good, and there's no yellowing at all on this one. Pretty sure that is an issue with some of these, but yep. So next. And so yeah, next I chose Nien Nunb. I know he's got real small role, but always liked the design of him, and the figure came out perfect, I think. The sculpt is just awesome, and I'm real glad to have this figure. I know he's such a minor character, but the figure is just obviously one of my favorites. So let's move on. So next is the Gamorrean Guard. This is absolutely one of my favorite figures that I have, and that I think Hasbro made. The detail and the sculpt and the proportions and the paint is just, for me, it's all there, and it's clear why this is probably, you know, many people's favorites as well. Such a great figure. I love those little beady eyes. Next, there's a lot of Vader figures I like, and they're starting to add up here in my collection. There's still a lot that I want. But at the end of the day, I love the sculpt and paint, and really everything about this New Hope Vader. I like the other one as well, The Empire Strikes Back / Return of the Jedi. And I even love the sculpt of the light up lightsaber Vader. You know, for what that is, I think it's a great representation of Vader's costume. And but this one I think has everything, and so it made it to my list here. So get to the next one. Here, my favorites is Snaggletooth, another minor role kind of character, but just the figure I think came out awesome. I love the weathering and the colors used, and sculpt and everything is there, so just one I think that I really didn't expect to enjoy as much as I did, and yeah, made it to my favorites. And now moving on to Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett. Probably altogether one of the best Fetts, I think. There are some other ones that have real great sculpts and offer some cool additions, but this probably be the best representation I have. So, and I love it. Amazing figure. Boba Fett, of course. Up next for my favorite figures is Vintage Collection Grievous. A menacing, towering, awesomely detailed and accessorized figure. I guess I can't say much more than that. The cloak is awesome. The size of this figure is great. The sculpt is great. And, you know, what the arms accurately do. And this easily made it to my favorites. So, pretty awesome. And now I have Cad Bane from the droid pack there, Interrogation. This figure is amazing, and I love the proportions to this one. You know, pretty damn good articulation. Not all there, but most Clone Wars figures, you could say that. Whole heap better than the other Cad Bane figure, so this one is just so cool. Easily my favorite figure. Still can't stop looking at it. And next for my favorite figures would be Dr. Evazan. I love this figure. Always love the character and the scene he's involved with. And if I could add, you know, without getting crazy with extras that I don't have, if I could add a 21st figure just right now, it would be his buddy Ponda Baba. I don't have that figure. It's obviously a little pricey, maybe hard to get sometimes, so I do hope I end up with one, but don't have him yet. So honorable mention there. But yeah, Dr. Evazan, 10 out of 10 figure for me. The Imperial Navy Commander figure. I love the detail and the sculpt to this one. You know, pretty simple figure, but You know, simple doesn't mean bad in any way when it's done right, and this one was done right, so great figure and a favorite of mine. So moving to the next one, the ARC Trooper Commander. Again, favorite of a lot of people, and I'm no different. I love this figure. I really want to get a second one, and I think it's a 10 out of 10 as well, and just couldn't have been done better. Everything you'd want is there, and the soft goods is nicely done. So, damn cool. Easily, one of my favorite figures and characters is the Vintage Collection Darth Maul. I think probably the best Darth Maul made so far. I love the head sculpt, and I love the paint, and the horns were finally done right, and the soft goods, you know, aren't that bad either. So definitely a favorite figure of mine. So next, a definite top favorite figure of mine, the Vintage Collection Sand Trooper, the newer one. I have the other one, which I like, but this one is just, you know, with the weathering and the orange pauldron, really the definitive Sand Trooper I've always, you know, was hoping to have. And again, I'm a big fan of troopers and their armor, and I love Tatooine, and I think it's cool to see these guys walking around there looking like this, and again, definite top favorite, 10 out of 10. Love it. This one's always stood out to me. I, you know, got it carded because I love the image on the card back too with this figure, and although I don't know much about the character, and at least in the movies she's very minor, this figure is just completely badass. I think it's creepy, and it's really well done, and I love the colors and the design of this character, and I really love the hands, I think especially, and just those sunken in eyes. Again, just real creepy, and always stood out to me, so got to include it in my favorites list. So I think that about wraps up the list of favorites, give or take a few figures. That's predominantly what I think to be some of my top favorites. So I did pick up one thing, which I'll show you real quick. I snagged at Walmart the TIE Bomber Lego set. Real cool little set. I saw ARC Trooper Mark. Picked it up, and I liked what I saw, so had to get it myself. And the TIE Pilot actually almost made my list. So again, I just love that. I love that uniform. Really cool little Lego fig too. So I guess that's it. I also picked up, finally, been meaning to pick up a gold marker. While I was at Walmart, I did, and had to fix the eyes on this Marvel Select Spider-Man. Could not stand the original colors that they put, and had to make that more accurate. Still like this figure a lot, you know. I mean, articulation stuff. You know, I can't touch this Mafex figure, but for Select, and it did come out pretty early on. I think it's real good. And once I added that gold, I liked it even more. So, cool. So I guess that does it. Another figure probably real close to making the list, but I decided to mix it up a little with, you know, more than just troopers. The Biker Scout is a big favorite of mine. I'd probably say Greedo could make my list too, if I had to add a few more. But that is that for now. Still waiting on a Darth Vader figure, so probably make a quick vid when that comes in. So till my next video, guys, take care, and I will see you later. Peace.